everybody, welcome to Wednesdays here on the Fundamentals channel. Yay! Valerie and I, like she said, are finally trying to get back into the swing of things, and it's taking, we're trying. We're gonna do it. We got this. Two things that I want to point out in the video. First of all, I'm not in my house. I'm house sitting, which has a lot to do with what I'm going to talk about in this video. The second thing is I'm filming this on my iPad since I didn't really want to lug all my microphones and cameras and tripod and stuff to somebody else's house because that's just a huge hassle. Blech. Who has the time? So this week's theme on Fundamentals is Home Alone and what we do when we're home alone. I am home alone in a house that is not mine. And I'm here because I'm just house sitting some really cute doggies and they're very sweet.
Hi, Ellie. Hi. Hi, Coda. Ellie. I
have to admit that I'm more of a cat person, but dogs are they're still pretty cool. They're still super snuggly and soft and they're pretty cool. So I had quite an adventure when I was house sitting, and what happened was I locked myself out of the house I was house sitting. So Sunday morning, I was awakened by the sound of dogs crying and whining because they needed to go outside and go to the bathroom, because nature and stuff. So I got the dogs out of their little place, took them outside, closed the sliding glass door behind me, it's fine, right? Apparently not, because when I went to go and open the glass door again, it was locked. And it was bad. It was so bad. I brought children with me to play with the dogs while I filmed this video, so you might hear them. So I totally panicked because I locked my phone, my iPad, my computer, my shoes, my car keys, my clothes in the house, and I couldn't get back in. So the people that I was house sitting for, they didn't give me a key. They just gave me a friggin' garage code. Garage codes are handy, but not when you accidentally lock yourself out of the house. And of course I couldn't remember the garage code because memory is hard. Even if I could remember the garage code, the door that led from the garage into the house was also locked because when you house sit, it's super scary, and I got paranoid that somebody was gonna come in the house, so I just locked everything possible because it's scary to be in a house by yourself at night alone. Any house is scary. I have the peanut gallery over there.
I don't like peanuts.
Really, my only option was to walk back to my house from the house that I was house sitting. And I mean, it wasn't that far, but it was uphill, and I had bare feet on, and I was in my pajamas, and I kept passing old women that were doing their nice Sunday morning walk, and they were looking at me like, why is this nice girl in our neighborhood doing the walk of shame? That's probably what they were thinking. So I got one of my parents' phones, and I texted the lady who I was house sitting for and asked her for the garage code again because I locked my phone in my house and there was no way I could get the garage code off of my phone. So she gave it to me, and I didn't tell her that I was also locked out of the rest of her house because I was gonna figure out how we were gonna get in there later. So later that afternoon, we went back with a bunch of little screwdrivers and metal sticks and safety pins, etc. To essentially break into the house, because how else were we gonna get in? We didn't have a key! We tried for 3 hours using our own skills to try and pick the lock, and me and my mom and my dad and my sister, we all learned that we would be really terrible thieves. So that's good for us. I'm really glad that we'd be bad at robbing people. Then my sister remembered that she happens to have a friend that picks locks as a hobby. Kind of an odd hobby, but it came in really handy because he came over and got the door open for me. He pulled out a little tool bag, it was intense. He had many things. So that's it. That's the story of how I got locked out of the house. And as soon as I was back in, I was just like, oh, okay, now I don't have to wait forever to get all of my technologies and my car keys back and everything, because that would have been a giant pain in the butt. So that's what I do when I'm home alone in somebody else's house. It's really, I've sworn off house sitting. This is the last time and first time I'm ever gonna do it, because it's really scary when you're home alone at night, and I don't particularly enjoy being woken up at 7 o'clock in the morning by barking dogs. And I don't know, I feel weird eating other people's food. Does anybody else feel weird eating other people's food? I'll still eat it because I'm a monster, but I feel weird doing it. So that's it for Wednesday. We will see what happens on Friday, but I believe next week we're going to talk about back to school. We'll have some tips for you on back to school. It'll be super great because I'm an experienced school goer and Valerie has some of her own thoughts I'm sure she'd love to share. Who knows what's going to happen on Fridays from now on? Like Valerie said, we have no Josh. So, I don't know, does anybody want to join? Because we have an opening for at least 2 years. But I hope you have a great week, and I will see you next time. Bye.